it so. Make 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 it so.
Probando, probando. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Space. The final frontier. These are the continuing voyages of the starship Enterprise. Your ongoing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life forms and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Ahora sí, buenas noches mi gente, bienvenidos al canal. Este es Ariel Video Rosado que les saluda nuevamente, esta vez celebrando lo que es el universo de Star Trek, en lo que hemos denominado como Space, The Final Frontier. Para aquellos que me conocen saben que yo soy súper fanático de Star Wars, así que igualmente soy súper fanático de Star Trek. Obviamente son dos franquicias totalmente distintas. Prácticamente Star Wars es una franquicia de fantasía, en un mundo de fantasía. En el caso de Star Trek, a pesar que es ciencia ficción también, está más centralizado en realidad, ya que la serie original de Star Trek era una serie que trataba con lo que eran muchos los temas sociales, temas sobre racismo, cosas que estaban ocurriendo en la época de los 60, que fue cuando la serie original de Star Trek se estrenó. Centralizado dentro de un mundo de ciencia ficción, donde el ser humano logra viajar a las estrellas más allá de nuestro sistema solar, y entonces empieza a tener relación con otras especies de otros planetas, y de esa manera todos estos planetas empiezan a unificarse y se crea lo que es la Federación de Planetas Unidos, como lo que es las Naciones Unidas ahora mismo, pero en este caso lo que son los distintos planetas. Así que lo que es la Federación no es de la Tierra como tal. La Federación es sencillamente todos estos planetas que se han unificado en un solo sistema, un solo gobierno, y se le conoce como la Federación de los Planetas Unidos. De por sí tengo que dejar saber, mi fascinación con Star Trek comienza por un accidente. Comienza con un accidente literal, un accidente de carro. Da la casualidad que hace muchos años atrás, la madrina de mi hermano, la que yo he mencionado en otras ocasiones como si ella fuera la hermana mayor mía, ella es la razón, culpa y circunstancia de por qué a mí me gusta tanto ciertas cosas, y especialmente el cine. pues a través de ella es que yo llegué a tener estos gustos como tal. Da la casualidad que con ella es que entonces yo entro más a fondo a lo que es el universo de Star Trek. Ya yo conocía Star Trek porque en aquel tiempo todo el mundo sabía quién era el Capitán Kirk, quién era Spock, quién era la nave Enterprise. Todo el mundo lo conocía, pero yo no estaba inmersivo, no estaba metido por completo en el lore de Star Trek. Yo sí había visto la serie original en televisión, había visto hasta la serie animada de la tripulación original de Star Trek. La serie original de Star Trek dura 3 temporadas nada más al aire. Llega a tener una temporada de animada, y luego de eso la serie estuvo dormant, estuvo dormida, como quien dice, por varios años, hasta que en los 80 se llega a revivir. Creo que a finales de los 70, no me acuerdo cuándo fue que salió la primera película de Star Trek, The Motion Picture. No recuerdo la fecha. Es una película sumamente olvidable, no es lo mejor que sacaron, pero fue un evento, porque los fanáticos de Star Trek habían hecho peticiones para que trajeran la serie nuevamente al aire, lo que nunca se dio, pero terminó saliendo entonces la película, y eso fue un evento como tal. La película no fue muy buena, a mí por lo menos, de todas las películas de Star Trek, de las 6 películas que se hicieron de la tripulación original, es la que menos me gusta. De verdad que sí, es la que menos me gusta. Pero a eso, para 1980 y algo, podemos asumir, puedo decir, tratando de acordarme así por encima, alrededor del 87, entre el 87 al 89, vamos a decirlo así. Soli llega por ahí primero, saludito Soli. Entre el 87 y el 89, por ahí. La madrina de mi hermano, vamos a llamarla por nombre, Yolanda. Obviamente le decimos Jolly. Jolly está planeando celebrar el Día de los Padres en su casa. Normalmente todos los eventos especiales se estaban celebrando en la casa de ella, pues ella era la que tenía la casa más grande, con el patio más grande, y todos los eventos especiales se estaban celebrando ahí. Pay-per-views, peleas de boxeo, etc., todo se celebraba allá. Pues se está preparando este festejo del Día de los Padres en la casa de ella, y yo lo que hago es que me quedo en la casa de ella desde el viernes. Ya sabemos, el Día de los Padres siempre cae domingo, pues yo me quedo desde el viernes. Yo me quedo para ayudarla a preparar varias cosas. El papá de ella es al que ya yo he mencionado varias veces aquí en el canal, es al que yo llamaba como papi, porque era el papá para mí, era el esposo de la señora que me cuidaba a mí cuando yo era pequeño, la cual ella era otra mamá como tal para mí, y así que él por default fue el que se convirtió en mi papá. Pues la cuestión es que yo me quedo viernes, sábado estuvimos preparando el lugar, limpiando el lugar y todo eso. Entonces el domingo, que es cuando ocurre el Día de los Padres, estamos haciendo los preparativos finales y ella tiene que salir para buscar unas cosas. No me acuerdo qué era lo que ella tenía que ir a buscar, y ella sale, pasan las horas y ella no llega. Empiezan a llegar los demás miembros de la familia, empiezan a llegar toda la gente, pero ella no aparece, ella no llega, no. Y se empieza a pasar las horas y ella no llega, y a pasar las horas y a pasar las horas. Y de momento el teléfono suena, yo soy el que contesta el teléfono, y entonces la persona que está en la línea, no me acuerdo de dónde era que él estaba llamando, o si era una persona que sencillamente estaba allí, pero nos llaman para notificarnos de que ella había sufrido un accidente de auto. El accidente fue sumamente malo, fue un accidente bien feo, que ella pudo haber perdido la vida en ese accidente. Gracias a Dios eso no ocurrió, pero fue un accidente aparatoso. El carro fue pérdida total. Ella quedó guindando de cintura a cabeza por fuera de la ventana de la puerta del conductor. Cuando el carro se detuvo, ella estaba guindando de esa ventana. Así de feo fue ese accidente. Pues una vez que ella sale del hospital, ella entonces empieza a pasar todo su periodo de recuperación en la casa de la mamá. Obviamente pues es aquí mismo donde yo vivo, en Puerto Nuevo. Y entonces pues yo lo que hago es que ese periodo, ella sale en verano, ya yo estaba de vacaciones de la escuela, y yo lo que hago es que entonces me voy y me quedo allá, y me quedo con ella. Prácticamente yo estuve con ella todo ese tiempo que ella estuvo recuperándose en la casa de los papás. Yo me quedé con ella por allá. Entonces empezamos a alquilar películas. Obviamente ella no podía hacer nada, ella estaba de cama, ella no podía moverse. Yo estaba acabando de tener mi primera membresía de un videoclub, y entonces pues ella lo que hacía era que ella me daba dinero, y entonces yo iba al videoclub y alquilaba 2, 3, 4 películas, y entonces pues nos pasábamos de semana, como quien dice, viendo películas. Y de la casualidad que vengo y alquilo Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, o en español El viaje a casa. Y nosotros nos ponemos a ver la película, pero en la película hay unos eventos que ocurrieron en la película anterior que nos llevó a los eventos de esa película. Y nos quedamos con esa duda. Entonces ella me dice, vete, alquílate la tercera, porque la película nos gustó, no es la mejor, estaba mucho mejor que la primera, da la casualidad. La cuarta no es una de las mejores, pero quedó mejor que la primera. Pero nos quedamos con ese toquecito, o sea, diablo, o sea, ¿qué fue lo que sucedió para que lo que está sucediendo ahora sea lo que está sucediendo? Pues vete, alquílate la tercera. Pues voy a alquilar la tercera, Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, o La búsqueda de Spock. Y da la casualidad que los eventos que llevan esa película ocurren en la película anterior. Y nos quedamos como que, diantre, en serio. O sea, en aquel momento no sabíamos, no teníamos notificación, porque en aquel momento no existía el internet, no teníamos cómo saber de que la 2, 3 y 4, esas 3 películas de Star Trek son una trilogía. Está la primera película, que es su historia aparte, pero entonces está Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, o La ira de Khan, Star Trek 3 y Star Trek 4. Esas 3 películas es una trilogía, es una historia contenida entre esas 3 películas. Así que me dice, vete, alquílate la 2. Y aquí alquilo la 2. Y entonces vemos la 2, y la 2 es la mejor película de Star Trek. Es bien sangrienta, es bien dark. Es con un personaje que ya había salido, el malo de la película. Es un personaje que ya había salido en la serie original. Uy, maldita sea el mosquito este. Hay un mosquito por aquí. Yo tengo una lámpara para matar un mosquito aquí al lado. Y ese, yo no sé, yo creo que ese mosquito es ciego, porque él no ve la bombilla, la luz ni nada de eso. Él sigue dando vueltas, pero nunca cae en la contra allá lámpara. Mírala aquí. Mira la lámpara aquí. Pero nunca cae. En caso nada, maldito de esto. Pues la cuestión es que esa película es bien dark y todo eso. Entonces, pues al fin estamos al día con los eventos de lo que ocurre en esa trilogía. Y en ese momento es que yo digo, diablo, de verdad que me gusta Star Trek más de lo que yo pensaba. De verdad que me gusta mucho más que de lo que yo pensaba. Y entonces empiezo a meterme un poquito más en el lore de Star Trek. En ese tiempo empieza la serie The Next Generation, que si no más recuerdo, la Next Generation empieza en el 88, 89, por ahí. Y empiezo a ver la serie de Star Trek Next Generation y todo eso. Y entonces empiezo a conocer un poco más qué es lo que es Star Trek, más allá de lo que era la tripulación original. La jerga, porque Star Trek tiene una jerga en su vocabulario bien rara, bien científica, bien de esto. Pero Star Trek nos ha dado en muchas ocasiones tecnologías que se habían pensado cuando se hizo la serie. Y recuerden que la serie original es de los años 60. Tecnologías que hoy en día son realidad. Ellos utilizaban un comunicador que era un walkie-talkie, pero se abría. Y luego llegamos a tener los teléfonos flip, los teléfonos que se abrían como tal. O sea, esos teléfonos están totalmente inspirados en lo que era el comunicador de Star Trek, para dar un ejemplo. Así que Star Trek, a diferencia de Star Wars, pues como ya dije, es una serie que trata mucho con temas sociales como tal, todo en un ambiente de ciencia ficción. Fue la primera serie donde tenía distintas personas de distintas nacionalidades trabajando juntas. Teníamos un capitán norteamericano, teníamos un primer oficial y oficial de ciencia que era un extraterrestre, teníamos a un oficial de armas que era un ruso. En aquel tiempo Estados Unidos y Rusia no se llevaban. Teníamos entonces la jefa de comunicaciones, era una mujer negra, que era bien raro ver una mujer negra en la televisión. Más aún que hicieron un capítulo donde el capitán Kirk y ella se besan, y eso nunca se había visto en televisión. Un beso racial, como quien dice, entre un hombre blanco y una mujer negra. Eso nunca se había visto. Hay un capítulo bien fuerte de Star Trek donde estamos con esta raza que está la mitad del cuerpo es blanca y la mitad del cuerpo del otro lado es negro. Pero entonces en esa raza hay dos formas de esa especie, porque está el grupo que tiene el color blanco en el lado derecho y el negro en el izquierdo, y por entonces hay un grupo que entonces tiene el blanco en el izquierdo y el negro en el derecho. Y una de las especies, una de las razas, veía a la otra como inferior. Y ese capítulo como tal trata mucho con lo que es el racismo y todo eso. Y eso es mucho la diferencia que hay entre Star Trek y lo que es Star Wars. Star Wars más fantasía, Star Trek es más en lo que los temas sociales y todo eso. Ya entonces cuando sale The Next Generation, pues empieza a expandirse más la historia. Ya entonces entra lo que son las políticas, empiezan a entrar otros temas, guerras y todo eso, y se hace un poco más entretenido en vez de ser todo social como tal. Cambia un poco la temática, y entonces pues Star Trek se abre más y se convierte en el fenómeno que hoy es hoy en día. Tenemos que recalcar también que Star Trek salió mucho antes que Star Wars. Star Trek sale en los años 60, Star Wars sale en 1977, así que Star Trek va primero. Pero sí, de igual manera, tanto lo que a mí me gusta Star Trek, pues me gusta Star Wars también. Tengo aquí mi insignia de Star Trek, que es la misma insignia que están aquí, que están viendo aquí al lado, o la que están viendo para acá, ahí, que están viendo acá arriba. ¿Para dónde? Para acá. Ahí. No dice Space. Esa es la porra. Si fuese por un juego en específico de Star Trek que ya yo he jugado, yo sería graduado de la Academia de la Astroflota. Hay un juego que se llama Star Trek Academy, Starship Bridge Simulator, o simulador de puente de comando de Star Trek, que es un juego donde tú eres un cadete y estás estudiando en la academia de la astroflota para convertirte en un oficial, y tienes que pasar por todo lo que pasa un cadete en la academia. Y ese juego yo lo jugué, nunca pensé que me iba a gustar tanto. Fue el primer juego de Star Trek que yo jugué y terminé. En otras palabras, yo me gradué de la academia, como quien dice. Así que si lo fuéramos a ver, yo soy oficial de la astroflota por culpa de ese juego. Aunque eso no es nada oficial, no tengo ningún diploma ni nada por el estilo, pero me gradué de ese juego, así que podemos decir que soy un oficial. Pero nada, fuera de eso, el juego que vamos a estar jugando en el día de hoy se llama Star Trek Resurgence, que es este juego que está aquí. Este juego es prácticamente lo mismo que hemos visto en juegos de Supermassive Games, la compañía que hace los juegos de Until Dawn, los juegos de Dark Pictures Anthology, esa clase de videojuegos que es cinemático. Esta película interactiva donde tú tomas decisiones y todo eso, y dependiendo de las decisiones que tú tomas van a estar afectando la historia, cómo va corriendo la historia y su final. De por sí el juego está hecho por un grupo de personas que pertenecían a Telltales, que era la compañía que hacía estas películas estos juegos cinemáticos, como lo que fueron los de Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park. Hay uno de Batman también. Antes que viniera Supermassive Games a hacer estos juegos de terror, pues Telltales hacía esta clase de juegos también, que eran episódicos, eran por episodios. Especialmente los Walking Dead. Salía el primer episodio, tú jugabas el episodio y tenías que esperar 2 meses para poder jugar el segundo episodio. Pues era así, pero este juego es totalmente contenido, es todo junto, no está dividido en episodios, pero está hecho por un grupo de gente que pertenecieron a esa compañía cuando la compañía cerró, porque Telltales ya no existe. Sí hay otra compañía que compró los derechos de Telltales y ellos pues continúan distribuyendo los juegos que ellos hicieron, pero ya ellos de por sí pues no existen. Así que el juego prácticamente se juega de esa misma manera. Luego de esto pues vamos a estar jugando otros 2 juegos que vamos a hablar de ellos más adelante cuando vayamos a pasar con esos juegos, pero por el momento vamos a estar jugando con Star Trek Resurgence. Así que vamos para allá, vamos a comenzar con el juego. Vamos para encima. Estamos jugando la versión de PlayStation 5. Sí, espero que les guste. Ya yo jugué este juego anteriormente, me gustó mucho. Obviamente pues es como los juegos de Supermassive Games, que tiene mucha cinemática, pero tiene sus momentos de acción y todo eso, así que espero que les guste. A ver, este es mi juego terminado, vamos a empezar uno nuevo. Dramatic Labs, es la gente que trabajaba en Telltales.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. Crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same.
Hagan como solo y busquen su popcorn
Nature of the universe.
y a ver la película.
Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
Here's a tip. Don't close your eyes. You'd think that would make it easier, but it only makes it worse. Look out the window, pick a star, and just focus on that.
I'll give it a try. Sorry, I'm a
Está
little
más
anxious.
cagado que el carajo.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am
Es
I.
como un tripulante que va
It won't be
al
easy
Navy.
for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this.
Lo ponen en un barco a trabajar, pero él se enferma en el mar.
She'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Star Trek Resurgence. Gene Roddenberry, que es el creador de Star Trek. Me encanta esas naves. Los diseños de las naves de Star Trek a mí me fascinan. ¿Le subo?
A starbase on the very edge of
Néstor.
Federation space. Long way
PlayStation
from home
5.
now.
Que no se parece a la película de Trooper.
Commander? I'm not usually such
¿Se
a
escucha
nervous
mejor
wreck,
así?
by the way. I actually did well at the academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5.
Ok, él acaba de mencionar algo bien importante. Entonces my language. Sí, ok. Él acaba de mencionar algo ahora mismo. Él acaba de mencionar lo que es la prueba de Kobayashi Maru. El Kobayashi Maru es una prueba que te hacen en la academia. Bien importante. Es una prueba donde tú no tienes forma de ganar. Estás en un evento donde tú tienes que rescatar a una gente de una nave que está siendo atacada por naves enemigas. Pero estas naves son más poderosas que la tuya. Tú eres la única nave disponible. No tienes backup. Y estás metido en una situación donde vas a perder. La cuestión es que la prueba está hecha para ver cuál es tu carácter en una situación como esa. En el juego que yo mencioné ahorita, que era de la academia que yo jugué, esa prueba está. Y no me acuerdo cómo yo salí en esa prueba, pero obviamente todo el mundo va a perder porque está diseñado de esa manera. Y es una prueba bien importante porque Kirk, el capitán Kirk de la serie original, es la única persona que ha pasado esa prueba. Y es porque hizo trampa. Él reprogramó la prueba nuevamente.
Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just
Vamos a
in my
pasar a
class.
asistencia. ¿Cuántos
I mean,
tienen el
all
dedo
time,
dormido?
in the history
Nadie
of the
todavía.
academy. So, there's that.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Si se me duerme jugando esto, que lo que tengo que hacer es prácticamente leer, cuando tengo que leer y darle un
Please place your hand
botoncito,
here.
o sea, está del mero.
Hold it there for a few seconds. Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You
Jara
absolutely
Rydek.
crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Y como ya ven, ella no es humana.
It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure's mine, Ensign.
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
Esta gráfica aparece en el
Commander
PlayStation
Ermont is
4.
expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
Lo que pasa es que este juego está
See
hecho
you
por
on
la
the
gente que eran antes Telltales. Y ellos tienden a hacer los juegos bien cartoony. O sea, ellos hacen los juegos bien cartoony. Pero sí, entiendo a lo que te refieres con lo de las gráficas.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermont is a
Es
bully,
azul.
so I'm looking for someone with blue skin. Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
Sí, ya me preguntaba qué le pasa a este en la frente. Se ve, eso es, no me acuerdo qué raza es la de ella. Ya, esta gente, tú ves todos esos puntos, esos son puntos para uno hablar. Pero ella lo que va a hacer es que va a preguntar dónde está el tipo, pero ya sabemos que el tipo es de piel azul.
I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board.
Así que vamos directamente a donde él. Vamos en el
Excuse me.
medio.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermont, Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander?
Ay, bendito mío, han pasado
I hope there
84
wasn't too much
años.
trouble getting here.
Le doy con la... ¿Cómo
This
es?
storm isn't making anything easy for us right now.
Le dio con la
I know
cabeza a la
conditions
mesita
are
de
less
noche.
than ideal.
Estúpido.
It was a bit bumpy, but otherwise okay.
My apologies. This storm is unlike anything I've seen before. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice. From everything I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
I'll do my best to live up to expectations.
Oh, I'm sure you'll do just fine. And if I can help in any way, just let me know.
Resolute.
The USS Resolute. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency.
O sea, la nave es una nave de ciencia, no es una nave de guerra. Y estuvo envuelta en algo que por poco termina destruida.
At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
With hundreds of crew members aboard the ship, it could have been so much worse.
True. But you never think about it that way.
Tengo que ir a trabajar
You
solo
can't
y ve
help
por
but
mí.
replay events
Se
in your head and think about the
murió.
things you could have done instead. Listen,
Mismo cuando
I
esté
realize you've known
limpiando
Captain
el
Solano for
joyete,
quite some time.
él saca el celular
and I'm glad
Empieza
you're
a
ready to
mirar.
bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first, until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Trust is earned, and it sounds like I have my work cut out for me. But I plan on winning them over.
I don't doubt that. I just figured it was better to know what you're walking into.
Of course.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari
Okay,
region.
ve que tiene también lo mismo que los otros juegos, que tú puedes ir ver cómo va la la experiencia que tú vas teniendo con los
I know
demás
he's eager to see
personajes.
you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Ese es un shuttle.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Entra ahí. Para abajo, para abajo.
And that... is that.
Eso es lo que le da la energía al shuttle, a la nave. Los alistados.
I thought the thing was totally fried.
Esta es otra que es otro alien. Eso no son tatuajes.
Nice work, Carter.
Esa raza sí sé cuál es. Los Trill.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like,
Las mujeres
now.
de esa raza son... Pero por poco me cerran la puerta. ¿Y ahora?
Junction 34B gives you access to the tubes behind cargo.
No puedo correr aquí. Yo que detesto los juegos donde hay que caminar, yo prefiero correr.
Engineering.
I heard the new Exogist arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for is something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious. Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you,
Comandante
Commander.
Chovak.
Petty Officers Ed Solar,
Es de la misma raza de Spock,
Diaz.
que es un
I was beginning to
vulcano.
think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edzelar on repeated occasions.
So you're saying we're irreplaceable, Commander?
That is one interpretation. Another would be that I would replace you if I could. You can interpret as you see fit.
No le gustó el
I don't
comentario.
suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
Los vulcanos son buenos, pero
I am a Vulcan,
son
Mr. Diaz.
egocéntricos.
Flattery is not necessary.
Son
All
es
that I
una
require
raza
is that
que
you do your job.
Right
now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances
la
will
palabra
be
que
more
estoy
severe
buscando.
at our destination, the Hotari system.
suprime las
You
emociones.
have your orders.
Ellos tienen emociones
Do not
igual que
delay.
nosotros,
Yes,
pero ellos
Commander.
aprenden a aguantar, a guardar esas
All hands
esas
on
emociones
deck.
y se dejan llevar por la lógica.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chobok said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule.
It all comes down to us, Nilly. We're the ones who will get it ready.
I know what we can do. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
We've been through a whole hell of a lot as a crew. They're gonna have to prove themselves before they're really one of us.
Yeah, you're right. Anyone could look serious in a clean uniform. Show me what you can do when everything's falling apart. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Don't talk badly about one of the best ships in all of Starfleet.
We've rebuilt enough of her by now. She better be one of the best.
We'll see about that. But I am glad to be here. He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Ahora nos vamos a poner estos trajes para salir por fuera de la nave.
Here, let me help you.
Vamos a estar caminando por fuera de la
So
nave.
what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep.
Sé que eres mejor que
Still
nadie.
running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go. See you on the other side.
Activating magnetic souls. Love you never gets old.
Let's go.
¿Cuándo empieza el juego? Empezó ya. Lo emocionante viene ya mismo. Esto es apenas el principio. Esta es la apertura del juego. Aquí estamos empezando a conocer a los personajes y todo eso. All hands on decks.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily. You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Ok, eso que está saliendo es que la raza de ella necesita un componente para que la estructura de su cuerpo se mantenga cuando están fuera de su planeta. En su planeta ellos están de lo más bien, pero fuera de su planeta la estructura de su cuerpo cambia. Y entonces necesitan ese medicamento para mantenerse, como la insulina para los diabéticos, pues algo así para ellos.
Make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Ay, madre, esto sería un palo si fuese real.
Just a sip of something. Rack the Geno.
¿Tienes hambre o algo? Te para el replicador, lo pide y te lo da.
That sure has a kick.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. The regret is, we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
I heard that you had an equipment malfunction.
Is that what they're calling it? No, that's just someone being generous. If anything, it was a leadership malfunction. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward.
Aquí estamos viendo qué fue lo que sucedió en el accidente.
10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there, within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can
El
handle.
warp core es lo que hace que la nave pueda viajar a la velocidad de la luz.
We lost some of our best people.
Eso fue Trump.
As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
You have to look to the future. You can't dwell on the past, on things you can't change.
There's nothing that can be done about it now. In my defense, I will say I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO. I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission.
¿Qué sucedió? Que no
Anything
sé,
short of
pero-
that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
And what happens if they don't?
There's a chain of command for a reason. We all have our orders.
That's true. Everyone on this ship should know that.
Sometimes the occasional reminder doesn't hurt. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
Ok, durante el accidente, ellos estaban haciendo unas pruebas para poder hacer que la nave viajara mucho más rápido y más estable, pero al empujar los motores hicieron que el warp core se sobrecalentara y entonces todo se fuera para la mierda. La cuestión es que parece que el comandante anterior o el primer oficial no estaba de acuerdo con las órdenes del capitán, porque parece que el capitán quiso empujar más la nave y todo eso, y ese se fue en contra de él, lo cual trajo problemas en la cadena de mando. Y entonces a base de eso pues, ocurrió el accidente donde murieron varias personas y por lo visto también el primer oficial murió. Así que estamos empezando a ver de que el capitán como tal estuvo dando órdenes no en beneficio de la tripulación, sino en beneficio de la misión. Él como tal pues quería alcanzar esa meta sin importar lo que fuese, y eso causó que la tripulación perdiera confianza en él y ocurriera el accidente que hubo. Así que eso es lo que estamos viendo en lo que él está contando.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority, escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm.
No lo cogí.
Sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly. Like
Ave María, me caminó en las manos.
You'll never guess where it leads.
Hatari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed, where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
Who is the senior diplomat we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
Thank you, but I feel like I still have so much to learn.
You'll have plenty of opportunity. And if you're willing to put in the work, I'll do everything in my power to help you along the way. Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
Se va sin mí. El puente de mando.
Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
El que pilotea.
Well, what he lacks in humility, he more than makes up for in ability.
Él es de la raza Pejoran.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an
La
honor to
Lambona.
meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time. And I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
If anything, the honor is mine.
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad.
Kobliad.
Because
Ese
of
es
what you've
el nombre de la
overcome.
raza de ella.
Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves. And you were one of those people.
El lambeojo, ¿viste, chacho?
But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need
Usted
it.
es la mejor. Yo la he
I
seguido
really
todo este
wanted
tiempo.
that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
You really do know a thing or two about me. I'm glad I could inspire you, but it's important to chart your own path.
Thanks. You can count on it.
Bona.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont. Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. I have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Siéntate en la silla de capitán.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He's sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter.
No digas que hay otro más. Hay otro mosquito de estos volando por ahí.
Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery.
Te cogí.
More than that. I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
I am more than that. And so are you.
La agarré. Esta vez sí que la agarré.
You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Ok, aquí me acuerdo que ocurre algo. De lo que ellos están trabajando esto para volver para atrás, ocurre algo.
Beginning recalibration.
Miyagi contigo. Bien duro. Ok, mover herramienta, sintonizar el nodo. El Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo. Oye, pero ¿lo puedo llevarlo ahí?
Careful. Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment.
Ok, no entiendo qué tengo que hacer.
Light touch, Carter.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive. Yes, I'm the Chief Science Officer. And I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost. Now with a former tactical officer as its new first officer. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then? You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all. Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew. And he was one of my closest friends.
I don't think I could ever replace Commander Sutherland. And it would be a mistake to even try.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
Algo mal. Algo mal.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy, like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities all over the...
Red alert!
Aye. Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
There's a better way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Bedrosian, get those shields up.
Rerouting power to shields.
Ahí tuvimos que coger la decisión. O el de ciencia o el de táctico. Cogimos táctico.
On my command.
Heading locked.
Raise shields.
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
Pequeño jamaqueo.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
It can blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Usa triángulo para equipar el phaser, usa L2 para apuntar.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
¡Ay, carajo! Coño, pero ese sale encima de mí.
Are you alright?
Yeah. So took most of it. Snuck up on me.
That damaged your suit. Energy dampening is down to 60%.
Oye, pero se le estoy disparándole. Come on.
Carter!
That hurt.
Do not get hit again. We're almost to the regulator.
Maldito, me ven a darme, ¿sabes?
We're at the regulator point. Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral. EPS lines to the port warp engine are back in balance.
Lo cogió, yo creía que lo había hecho mal.
Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak can...
La nave no ha salido todavía de la base, ya está jodida. Oh shit. Por estar mirando el micrófono. Estaba mirando el micrófono, no vi lo que estaba ocurriendo.
Get down! Diaz to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working?
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
The docking clamp isn't functioning. We're exploring our options.
The option is to detonate the emergency release.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Jara?
All due respect, sir, it's a more complex situation than when you
Jara,
disembarked.
I need you to do the right thing. We can't have this go sideways before we even leave for the mission.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
There is
No, le di el que no era.
We're going to blow the bolts. Starbase, stand
Me dieron
by.
trofeo que no
We'll warn our
tenía,
crew to
pero
take
le
cover.
di la opción que no era.
Repair crew, this is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, you have more micro debris incoming. Find cover.
Cover? Nilly, get under the access panel. It's armored with duranium.
But what about you? Carter, maybe we can both fit behind this. They've blown the other docking clamp. Hurry!
Oye, pero...
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Dale. Dale para arriba, coño. Mira, tan duro está. Por el poder del amor. Oh shit.
Look out!
I got you. Petty Officer Etzelar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed, and you are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Etzelar there to access the interior.
Vamos para allá.
Roger that. Go in there now.
Ahora tenemos que remolcarla a ella.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time. No time to fight me on this. Get in there.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
Ladies first. Se jodió el hombre. Se jodió el hombre.
We made it.
They're safe, bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
El precio del deber.
Millie.
I'm good. Help me with him.
Let's get this off. Medical. Got one wounded at my location. Carter. You don't look so good. You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet. Now let's get you down to sickbay.
Great.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Amat?
The Resolute suffered damage from the exploding bolts, but we've successfully moored to the station. The ship is secure.
Coño,
Our systems
maté
are
uno
coming
de los
back
mosquitos
online,
y
but
ahora
we
hay
have a fair
otro
amount of
volando. En el
repairs before
caso
we're
es
ready to
nada.
go.
Put a halt on the
Este hijo
roll-off
de
of
puta
Starbase engineering
resucita.
staff. We have a schedule to keep. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me. What a debacle. I was caught with my pants down. Not even on my own ship when the wave hit. I had to go running out of the Starbase commander's office just to... But you followed my order. I appreciate that. Hell, I'm relieved.
You're the captain of this ship. You give orders, and I'll execute them.
That's right. But you see my problem, don't you? They were all against me on that bridge. And they were ready to go against my orders. I'm not blind to it.
I think you're wrong about that. You still have the respect of the crew, and we have bigger things to deal with. We have a high-priority mission ahead of us and a lot to do to get ready.
We're going to have a pretty big problem if I can't count on the bridge staff. To say nothing of the rank and file. Oh. Drink?
No. Thank you.
Your predecessor, Commander Sutherland, is missed. But for all the adoration of the crew, including the senior staff, I just couldn't rely on him. He would question, undermine me in front of the crew. I sometimes think they still hear his voice. That sort of thing is a way of lingering. And you can't argue with a ghost.
Captain, perhaps you and the crew would be better served if you look at this mission as a fresh start.
You can never really leave the past behind.
If we don't,
El tipo
you
tiene
can
la
never move
culpa de todo
forward.
lo que pasó y él lo sabe.
Now, this won't be easy. But I'm glad I have you here with me.
Glad to be here, Captain.
And despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
Ready or not, here we go.
Solo pido una nueva alta. Una nave alta. Diablo, ya me están mirando mal.
All departments reporting full mission readiness. We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Ya nos vamos de aquí.
Should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Hi, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Me? Engage.
Simple, but effective.
Easy. Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look so good.
Inyecciones. Uy, estamos rojos.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Commander, help me get her inside.
Le dio un bajón de azúcar a la pobre.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your deridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're
rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the Deridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
It does make me unique, but it's not a burden at all. I'm honored to be Kobliad, to represent my people.
As you should be. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace.
Todavía hay gente de la tripulación que no está de acuerdo con el capitán.
What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever. I have to admit, I was concerned when I heard what happened on the bridge. You just followed Solano's orders despite having better options in front of you.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship, and everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure is almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Deridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
Then, my work here is done.
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I came to see if you were okay. We were all pretty worried on the bridge. No one knew what was happening.
I'm feeling much better. Thank you. It's just part of who I am.
You don't have to explain to me. I understand. I'm just glad you're okay. You trusted me earlier with the shields, and I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back.
Thank you.
Now, Carter, the emissions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else that goes with this storm. That's a combination of hyronolin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing. She's come by a couple of times to see you already. Be brief.
It's good to see you awake again. I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duval.
So, Be honest. How bad do I look?
You look rugged.
Rugged?
Okay, how about heroic? Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since it's just us right now, I had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you, instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse.
Wait, are you angry at me or something?
Oh, no, not that. I'm sorry. I'm probably making too big of a deal here. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends.
Ella le
for a long
gusta a
time.
él. Y en la vez que yo jugué la otra vez, yo los puse a ellos en una relación romántica. Esta vez no voy a hacer eso.
But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends. Carter?
Are you sure about this?
They're my feelings. Of course I'm sure.
I just mean, seeing me in here, after we almost got killed out on the hull.
I felt this way before that, Carter. I like you. And I think there could be something more for us. So, what do you say?
I think we should just keep things the way they are. You're one of my best friends, and you mean so much to me, and I don't want to risk losing that. I really don't.
I understand.
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient needs to rest if he wants to get back to his own self.
Of course. Hope you get better soon. And maybe just forget this conversation ever happened.
Está en fogona.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types. I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering. Losing.
I can't get it any clearer.
We won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Ese es Excelsior.
Come on, Diaz.
Es un shuttle del Excelsior.
First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Ok, estabiliza.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Usa rayos en el tractor de desviar. tiempo.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Diaz, the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Rydek, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Got it.
Whoa! Someone's working hard on the bridge.
Es un poquito más duro, ¿sabes?
We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Embajador Spock,
so to speak.
Ambassador Spock. The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
Apologies for the landing, Ambassador. I was operating the tractor beam, sir. I take responsibility.
It was not the smoothest transit, but you got us here safely. That is what matters. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Otari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted other systems, and who knows what it might do to a warp drive.
Yes, it would seem further investigation is called for.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer...
Carter Diaz. Sir.
Thank you.
Ambassador Spock.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Una provocación a la guerra.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
You are a legend, Ambassador. There's not an officer in Starfleet that doesn't know of your career.
I would never assume that to be the case.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details. We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Illydians have shared a mining operation there. The Illydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Illydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
How is it the Hotari were able to turn the tables and take the mines against superior forces, especially after decades in this arrangement?
Unclear. The answer to that question may be the key to a new, lasting peace, and one that I hope we can uncover during these negotiations. But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Illydian
O sea, que es lo que tenemos una
if this
disputa por
escalates
territorio.
to open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Illydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
The Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
So we've already played a part in this.
Unfortunately, that is indeed the case, Commander Rydek.
We're morally obligated to make this right.
Hold on. Our only obligation is to negotiate the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
Given the Federation's involvement in the Iridium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the Ion Storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Illydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
And when it doesn't?
All the more reason to learn as much about it as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught unprepared, should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case. It would be unconventional.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Okay. Complejidades de navegación.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with.
When you look at it logically, yes, it is just a shuttle. No different than any of the others.
There is plenty that is different about it, and that is what you are to investigate. But please limit your findings to observable scientific phenomena.
We'll try to restrain ourselves.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
It seems like he's warming up to us.
Yeah.
Even Chobok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one. You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking. You did the smart thing.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times? Call it even.
Okay. At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle of Saurian brandy you're still on the hook for. But first, we have work to do.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's run the diagnostic. So, I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. Knowing you two as well as I do, I thought you'd jump at the chance to, take it to the next level. Why'd you tell her you just wanted to be friends? I was surprised to hear that. I mean, we already know you like her.
Because I do think we should just stay friends. I don't want to do anything to mess that up.
Fair enough. I get it. And a direct, honest answer is gonna make it a lot easier to stay friends. Just, when you see her, don't make a big deal of it. and I'll be there to smooth things over. Is that thing done?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something. Here.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array?
La parte
I'll check
menos
the other.
emocionante del juego.
Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
I'll check the navigation array.
Ok, usa el tricorder. Tu tricorder puede grabar y analizar datos. Mira a través de revelar lo invisible. Usa cuadrado para sacar o guardar tu tricorder. Usa R2 para escanear. Debes estar cerca de algún objeto para escanearlo. Mira el marco de la pantalla para ver si está demasiado lejos. Escaneo profundo. Al escanear algunos objetos se activará el escaneo profundo. Durante este escaneo profundo usa L1 y R1 para cambiar entre los diferentes modos de escaneo y buscar objetos brillantes. Los indicadores de este modo de tricorder parpadearán si hay un objeto para encontrar en este modo. Cuando haya escaneado todos los objetos, el marcador cambiará de color y mantenga presionado L2 para analizar los datos y analizar el escaneo. Filtros de sensor. Los sensores sustanciales del transportador son vulnerables a la interferencia de retrodispersión de otros sistemas internos. Los filtros atenúan radiación y mantienen los datos de los sensores limonos. De gradiente entre el espacio normal y el subespacio, mientras el contenedor viaja a velocidades warp. No sé cómo está en física para leer acá arriba. escaneé. Ya lo escaneé. ¿Qué tengo que hacer ahora?
Navigation array checks out, so it must be a coil.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team. Hey, going planet-side?
Yep. As soon as the negotiating team comes down from the bridge. Apparently, we don't get to leave just because I'm ready. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface. I'm not looking for a repeat of whatever went down here.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that out.
Hey, how are you doing?
Look, you don't have to treat me with kid gloves. Either of you. We can all just move on.
Consider it done.
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go. Back before you know it, sport. So, I'll catch up with you two then.
Take care of yourself down there, okay? Stay safe.
Always. Don't leave home without it.
Me dieron otro trofeo que no tenía, Platonic Vibes.
That went well enough. It'll be fine. All right, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now. Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Vuelve a tener el mismo problema.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. B3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Yo lo voy a dejar hasta aquí por hoy, porque estoy empezando a sentir dolor. Pero obviamente el juego como tal se va a poner un poquito más emocionante más adelante. Apenas estamos en el inicio del juego, tiende a ser un poco más lento. Sí hubieron unos momentos de acción ahí que no fueron la gran cosa, pero es como toda historia, toda película, que el inicio tiende a ser lento. Este inicio como tal lo que nace es que nos da una introducción a los personajes del juego y nos da una introducción a lo que va a ser la historia, el plot principal, que es esta posible guerra, esta guerra entre estas dos civilizaciones, que son vecinas una del otro, pero entonces tenemos que una tiene una luna que es un tremendo sitio de resources para Dilithium. Dilithium son unos cristales como tal que se utiliza para generar energía, que da la casualidad que las naves de la Federación utilizan el Dilithium como energía para sus naves. Entonces, una de las razas como tal, la más avanzada, ha dado toda la tecnología para ayudar a coger esta luna y convertirla en una mina. Pero entonces la otra raza, que es la que esta luna le pertenece a su planeta, al ellos ser la raza más pequeña, no más pequeña, digamos, ¿cómo se dice? Menos avanzada, la tienen como la fuerza laboral de estas minas, y entonces ellos han mantenido este tratado por muchos años, manteniendo la paz, pero algo está ocurriendo donde esa paz ya no es sostenible, y eso es lo que vamos a ir a investigar. Vamos a tratar de llevar unas negociaciones para que estas dos civilizaciones, estas dos razas, logren mantener un tratado de paz nuevamente. Ahí es que va a comenzar el drama principal del juego, donde vamos a empezar a ver distintas cosas en la historia que nos va a llevar a ese punto de lo que va a ocurrir aquí. Y el juego va a ponerse un poquito más emocionante, el juego va a tener un poquito más de acción y todo eso. Recuerden como tal que ya este juego yo lo jugué anteriormente. Estoy tratando de coger decisiones distintas a las que cogí la otra vez. De por sí no recuerdo mucho cuáles son las acciones que yo cogí la vez pasada. Sí me acuerdo de unos puntos clave, como la que ocurrió ahora con la chamaca esta pelirroja, que le fue a declararle su amor a Díaz y todo eso, y yo accedí para que ellos fueran una pareja. Esta vez no lo hice, lo estoy llevando por otro camino a ver qué es lo que ocurre. Si ya yo sé más o menos qué va a ocurrir con ella, que me imagino que eso lo vamos a volver a ver, a pesar de que cogimos un aspecto de su relación totalmente distinta a lo que yo escogí la vez pasada. Pero sé que lo más probable me va a llevar a ese mismo punto en la historia que fue central entre estos dos personajes. Pero vamos a ver cómo va corriendo todo eso, tomando estas decisiones totalmente distintas a las que tomé la vez anterior que yo jugué el juego. Obviamente este juego no es muy largo, este juego se termina alrededor de 6-8 horas. Ya llevamos 2 horas como tal de ella, así que yo creo que entre 3 sentadas del juego podemos terminarlo. Hoy estoy terminando un poquito más adelante porque no me estoy sintiendo un poquito bien. Estoy con un poquito de dolor, así que lo voy a dejar hasta aquí. Pero mañana como tal vamos a continuar con el juego. Una vez que terminemos con este juego, vamos a estar pasando con el juego de Star Trek Prodigy, que es un juego ya más de aventura, puzzles. Es un juego que tiene esta vista desde arriba, donde vamos a tener que batallar con enemigos para poder pasar ciertas áreas. Hay algunos elementos de puzzles que tenemos que hacer para poder proseguir. Es totalmente distinto. Ya este juego de por sí a mí me gusta mucho porque es bien cinemático, es bien lo que podemos encontrar en capítulos de la serie de Star Trek o las mismas películas de Star Trek. Por eso quise empezar con este juego primero, para salir del rápido. Yo sé que este juego no es el estilo de todo el mundo. Sí hemos jugado ya anteriormente varios de estas clases de juegos cinemáticas, de historia, teatrales, películas interactivas. Pero entre todos esos juegos que hemos jugado anteriormente, este es el más lentito como tal. Pero yo prometo de que el juego como tal pues se va a ir abriendo un poquito más adelante, va a estar sucediendo otras cosas y va a haber un poquito de más acción en la historia. Pero nada, yo me despido por el momento. Estaríamos entonces regresando mañana, continuando con el juego de Star Trek Resurgence. Así que yo los veo entonces mañana. Espero que descansen un montón. Los quiero. Bye bye.